So let us talk about computer science. So here these two different words, first of all we'll break down these two words, that one is computer and the other one is science, and then we'll combine these two to understand what this area of study is all about. So the word computer means a device that accepts, processes, stores, retrieves or outputs data. So this word data is important. That means the collection of raw facts and figures which can be recorded, right? That can be recorded in a digital system like a computer. Then we can process that, store that, retrieve, or we can generate output, right? So that's the definition of computer. To make it more clear, we would say that a computer is an electronic device, coming to today's context, that can be programmed. So now we are focusing on the programmable systems, okay, that can be programmed to accept data. So this acceptance of data is the input. Then whatever this input data is there, we need to process it and then generate result. So to be very clear, one of the primary motive of using computers is that to convert one form of data to another form of data, and whatever this conversion process it is, so it might be some mathematical function f of x, right? So if you consider it mathematically, we have a function. The function receives some set of inputs, that is the domain, and whatever set of outputs it can generate, that's the range, right? So computer can be thought of like a function. So computer along with additional hardware and software together is called computer system. So I hope this idea of computer system and computer as an electronic device, this idea must be clear. Next, so according to Webster's dictionary, anything anything that can perform computation is a computer, right? So a programmable. So why we are using this word programmable? Because today's electronic computing devices, we can program them to store, retrieve and process data. So whatever these operations it will do, this will perform these operations based on the program. And program is nothing but it is sequence of instructions which perform some sort of operations on the input data, right? So learning about computers is like learning about violin or any other musical instrument. So like if you get a musical instrument at day one, within just 2 to 3 days you cannot you cannot be expert at it, right? You need to practice it, right? So whether it is violin or piano or any kind of musical instrument or any kind of instrument from any domain, you need to practice, right? So that's how the analogy of musical instruments such as violin has been given here. Now we need to understand this fact that what a computer can do and what a computing system cannot do. For example, in the world of computation these things are possible, that is sending an email to the person if the email address is known. But if you met a random person for the first time and you met him or her at a coffee shop, then finding that email of the person is something that computer cannot do directly, right? Now argument can be given that today's we are having face recognition technique, if my camera has captured, so that can be given. Considering that any kind of data capturing is not done during the meet, okay, so in that case it is very difficult for a computer to perform this operation, right? Then calculating, now what a computer can do, calculating different investment options based on historical data, this is something that computers can do very well, right? But giving a perfect investment plan, right? Even with the advancements of AI, you cannot ask your any AI model to give you a perfect plan and guaranteed plan that if this plan is executed, then for sure the company is going to make some X percentage of profit, right? So that guarantee cannot be given. Only predictions can be made. Exact prediction cannot be made, right? Only probability based answer can be given, that this is 60% possible that this can happen, or it is 35% possible that this can happen, right? But exact figure it cannot give. Now computers find information about colleges offering different computer science courses. This is something that is possible through internet, computing, distributed systems. Definitely this is possible. But to make a perfect decision that what will be the best school to attend or what would be the best course or best combination of course, this is something, it is human dependent. Computers cannot take decisions for you. So computers solve well defined problems. The problems which are having ambiguity, computers are something that cannot solve it, right? So solving ambiguous problems is difficult for computer systems. Now computers play a large part in our everyday life, right? Whether you talk about searching something on internet or using the LLM models, right? to get your answers. Then the animations that are used in the movie industry or the music production, whatever you talk about, 3D image analysis in the medical science, uh, taking scans of body, modeling 3D model, genome sequencing. So there is no domain as of now where computers are not being used, right? Now, that was about computers. Now, I'll talk about this word science. So, when I talk about the word science, so science is nothing but knowledge or a system of knowledge covering general truths. So, generally, whatever is happening in the physical world, we are observing that, and through the observation, we generate theory, right? So, such knowledge or such a system of knowledge concerned with the physical world, that's the idea of science. So, the branches of science that you are aware of: biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, mathematical sciences, and so on. So, computer science is mostly about solving problems with the computers, right? So, we are solving various problems with computers. Now, these problems has to be non-ambiguous, right? And it is not that every kind of problem can be solved with computers. We can solve only computational problem. That too, again, not all computational problems can be solved with computers, right? We'll talk about that thing. But the primary focus is that the art of solving problems with computers is one of the primary concern in the field of computer science. So computer science is all about using computers, using the computing technology to solve challenging real world problems in science, medicine, business, society, and so on. So one of the myths that people have, that computer science is all about computer programming, but that is not true. Computer programming is one of the important and crucial aspect of computer science, but it does not reflect the entirety of computing science, right? So computer programs often provide the solutions to the challenging technological problems, right? And computer science is also not about computer literacy or maintenance or repair. This is not computer science. It is part of it, but this is not entire computer science. Right. So computer science is the discipline that seeks to build a scientific foundation for topics such as computer design, the hardware, the computer architecture or the computer organization, microprocessor design, which set of hardware will be used, using flip-flops, using semiconductors, using specific chipset for designing something. So that's the part of computer design. Programming, writing instructions so that computers can perform the operations on the given data. Information processing, right? So we have database systems, databases, then data warehousing systems, distributed systems where we process information, algorithmic solutions of problems, and the algorithmic process itself. So these are the primary area of concern for computer science. So it provides the underpinnings of today's computer application as well. So whatever computer applications are there, that is also part of computer science again, right? As well as the foundations for tomorrow's computing infrastructure. Now, finally, I would conclude my statement by saying that computer science is the study of computers and computational system. And about computational system is something that we have already discussed in this particular paragraph, right? That what is a computer as an electronic device, and about computer system as well. So to conclude my point now, we can say that it is the computer science is the study of computers and computational systems. So it's a broad field which includes everything from algorithms, how the hardware and software interacts together, and computer scientists use various mathematical algorithms, programming procedures, and their expert programming skills to study computer processes and develop new software and systems. So that's the conclusion and the idea regarding computer science. So if somebody asks you that what computer science is all about, then from this session, the objective is achieved, that you have a fair idea of what computer science is all about.